It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's what he's trying to accomplish.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 21 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That throw is not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. Pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get... Two or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
So from the 39 now. Come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. They hand this off to Harris. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing Jones. This is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Montgomery will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the give, this is Harris. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2nd down and 5. Running left, Montgomery. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Miller.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
A good gain on 1st. Has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a give running right is Montgomery. A 1st down and then some for Montgomery. Touchdown, Chicago! David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If this is all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. New England's offense set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Now a first down carry for Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run with Harris. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll toss to Harris. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And Folk's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 31, Fields. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. A final shot before the break. Fields. They'll roll him out right. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Julio Jones, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Damian Harris to the Patriot offense ready to take over. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Harris. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He sets to fire deep. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Patriots take over. Damian Harris and the Patriot offense ready to take over again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. From the 36, Jones, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, it's Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 21. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Fields now to throw.
Steps away to his left. Finding some room at midfield.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
To throw is Fields.
Caught by Montgomery. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. Back to throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
Touchdown, Bears! Zach Ertz, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And it winds up a terrific return, but markers are down. And this is going to come all the way back. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Jones throw pulled in by Aguilar. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd and very short. Jones. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. A couple of big plays in succession there for the Pats. They're on the move. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Here's Jones. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Jones. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they take a knee. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Pats at the line ready to go. Jones. Flush to his right. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears,